Two plants. Same soil. Same sunlight. Same water. One was fed the most expensive fertilizer on the shelf. The other was fed garbage. And the garbage won. What you're looking at is a liquid nutrient booster made entirely from kitchen waste. Cost? Less than $1. Time? Under 5 minutes. And in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to make it, why it outperforms chemical fertilizer, and the single mistake that ruins it for most people. Stay with me. This one will change how you look at your trash forever. Here's the thing. This isn't new. Farmers in Japan have been fermenting food scraps into liquid plant food for over 500 years. Korean natural farming, taught in universities across Asia, is built almost entirely on this method. In ancient Rome, they buried fish scraps and rotted fruit around the base of their vineyards. The Aztecs fed their famous floating gardens with organic slurry collected from canals and waste. These weren't primitive people guessing. They were observing. And what they observed is something that took us until the 20th century to confirm in a lab. Living microbes, found in rotting organic matter, transform nutrients into a form plants can absorb instantly. Not in weeks. Not in days. Hours. So if this method is ancient, proven, and essentially free, why don't we all know about it? Here's the uncomfortable answer. The global fertilizer industry is worth over $200 billion a year. A method that turns your kitchen scraps into plant food doesn't need a factory. It doesn't need a supply chain. It doesn't need a retail shelf. It works too well to be profitable. So it didn't disappear because it failed. It disappeared because it succeeded, and no one could make money selling it. They stopped teaching it in schools. It stopped appearing in gardening magazines. The knowledge got buried under decades of marketing. But the microbes didn't care about any of that. They kept doing their job. Think about your kitchen right now. Banana peels, coffee grounds, eggshells, vegetable trimmings, orange rinds. What do you do with them? You throw them away. Every single day, you throw away the most concentrated source of plant nutrition available to you. Potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, sitting in your trash can, destined for a landfill. You've been feeding the landfill better than you've been feeding your plants. Here's what actually happens inside that banana peel. When a plant dies, or when food breaks down, the nutrients locked inside its cells don't just float away into the soil. They're trapped. Bound up in complex organic molecules the plant can't directly use. This is the problem with most slow-release fertilizers too, by the way. The nutrients are there, but they're locked. Microbes are the key. Specific bacteria and fungi already living in healthy soil break down those complex molecules into simple ions, minerals the plant root can absorb directly through osmosis. When you blend kitchen scraps into a slurry and water your plants with it, you're not just adding nutrients. You're delivering pre-digested, microbe-activated nutrition directly to the root zone. It's like the difference between eating a whole grain and drinking a smoothie. Same ingredients. Completely different absorption speed. Alright, let's build this. I call it scrap tea. You can make two versions, a quick one and a fermented one. I'll show you both. Version 1. Instant banana peel tea, results in 24 to 48 hours. What you need, 2 to 3 banana peels, fresh or dried. 1 liter of water, non-chlorinated if possible. Let tap water sit for 30 minutes. Optional, eggshells, coffee grounds, vegetable peels. Step 1. Roughly chop your peels. Smaller pieces mean more surface area, which means faster breakdown. Step 2. Drop them into a blender with the water. Blend for 45 seconds until you have a dark, murky liquid. Step 3. Strain it through a mesh or old cloth. Keep the liquid. Compost the pulp. Step 4. Dilute. This is critical. Use 1 part scrap tea to 10 parts water. Direct application is too concentrated. Step 5. Water at the base of your plants. Roots first, not leaves. Done. That's it. Version 2. Fermented scrap slurry, results in 5 to 7 days, much more powerful. This is the one the Korean natural farmers use. What you need, enough food scraps to fill a jar halfway, banana peels, citrus rinds, onion skins, coffee grounds, eggshells, vegetable tops. 1 tablespoon of raw sugar or molasses, this feeds the microbes. Water to fill the jar. A loose lid or cloth cover, it needs to breathe. Step 1. Pack the jar with your scraps. Don't stress about ratios. Variety is actually better. Step 2. Add the sugar. This jumpstarts fermentation. Step 3. Fill with water. Cover loosely, never seal tight, gases will build. Step 4. Leave it at room temperature for 5 to 7 days. Stir once a day. Step 5. When it smells sour, not rotten, sour like vinegar or sourdough, it's ready. Strain. Dilute 1 part tea to 20 parts water. Apply. The fermented version contains live lactobacillus bacteria, the same microbes in yogurt, that colonize your soil and continue breaking down nutrients for weeks after a single application. Now here's what most people get wrong. And I've seen this kill plants. Mistake 1, not diluting. This is the big one. Undiluted scrap tea is too acidic and too concentrated. It will burn roots. It will pull water out of the plant through osmosis, the opposite of what you want. Always dilute. 1 to 10 minimum. 1 to 20 for seedlings. Mistake 2, using only citrus peels. Citrus is antimicrobial. Great in small amounts, but a jar full of lemon and orange peels will actually kill the beneficial microbes you're trying to grow. Mix it with other scraps. Keep citrus under 20% of your batch. Mistake 3, sealing the jar airtight. The fermentation process produces CO2. A sealed jar will build pressure. Use a cloth or leave the lid loose. Mistake 4, applying too often. This isn't water. Scrap tea is a supplement. Once a week is enough for most plants. Too much nitrogen, especially from coffee grounds, will push heavy leaf growth at the expense of fruit and flowers. Mistake 5, ignoring the smell. There's a difference between fermented and rotting. Fermented smells sour and earthy. Rotting smells sulfurous and rancid. If your batch smells like death, not like yogurt, it's gone wrong. Likely the balance is off or it got too hot. Start over. Here's what realistic results look like. In the first week, you'll notice faster new leaf emergence and deeper green color. That's the potassium and magnesium kicking in. By week 2, root development visibly accelerates. If you're growing in a clear container, you'll see it. By week 4, the difference becomes hard to ignore. The scrap tea plants consistently show more branching, earlier flowering, and in vegetable trials, measurably higher yield. Now here's where this gets interesting. 1 banana peel a week isn't just feeding your plant. It's building your soil. Every application deposits microbial life. That life persists, multiplies, creates a feedback loop where your soil gets richer with every watering. Unlike synthetic fertilizer, which depletes beneficial biology over time, scrap tea increases it. And scaling is free. More kitchen scraps, bigger jars. Apply to your whole garden. Then your neighbor's garden. 1 jar costs nothing. The return is compounding. I know what you're thinking. Is this safe for vegetables I'm going to eat? Yes, with one rule. Stop applications 2 weeks before harvest. This gives soil time to process any remaining organic matter and eliminates any surface contamination concern. Won't this attract pests? Bury the solid scraps. Use only the liquid. Dilute properly. Pest attraction is almost entirely a problem with solid scraps left on top of soil, not with properly prepared liquid applications. What about smell? Outside, no issue. If you're fermenting indoors, keep the jar in a cool spot and keep it covered. Properly fermented tea smells like kombucha, not garbage. My plants look worse after I tried this. You didn't dilute enough. Start again at a 1 to 20 ratio. That fixes 95% of problems. Before Haber and Bosch invented synthetic nitrogen in 1909, before the Green Revolution told us we needed chemicals to feed the world, before anyone had heard the word fertilizer, people fed billions of humans using exactly this principle. Indigenous farmers in the Amazon created some of the richest soil ever documented, terra preta, using nothing but charcoal, bones, and organic waste. Scientists studying this soil 2,000 years later are still shocked by how alive it is. That soil is still more fertile than surrounding land today. No company made it. No lab designed it. It came from understanding one simple truth: nothing in nature is waste. Everything is transformation. We forgot that. And it cost us $200 billion a year to forget it. There's something worth sitting with here. We live in a world that is extraordinarily good at convincing us we need things we don't. That complexity requires purchasing. That solutions require products. That self-sufficiency is somehow primitive. But what if the most powerful systems were always the simplest ones? What if abundance was never something you bought, but something you cultivated? A banana peel in a jar. Water. Time. And the invisible intelligence of a billion microbes doing exactly what they've always done. The knowledge was never lost. It was just waiting for someone to stop throwing it away. If this changed how you see your kitchen scraps, if it made you look at a banana peel and see something different than trash, then this video did its job. Try the instant version this week. 1 banana peel. 1 liter of water. 5 minutes. And if your plants respond the way mine did, The way millions of plants across centuries have responded? Come back and tell me, because I think you'll have something to say. And if you want to go deeper, the fermented version, the soil biology breakdown, how to scale this to a full food garden, that's the next video. Leave a comment. Tell me what you're growing. And don't throw that peel away.